All right, let's jump right into one of the most incredible topics in all of science, your brain. Specifically, we're talking about its built-in superpower, the ability to adapt, to learn, and to literally rewire itself for your entire life. So let me just ask you this. Have you ever felt like your skills or your intelligence are kind of fixed? Like the brain you have now is the brain you're just stuck with? It's a pretty common feeling, but is there any truth to it? Yeah, not even a little bit. The science on this is so clear. That whole idea of a fixed, unchangeable brain, it's a complete myth. And the reality is so much more exciting. And this superpower, it's got a name, neuroplasticity. Basically, it's your brain's amazing ability to reorganize itself by building new pathways and connections. But here's the most important part. This isn't something that just happens to you. It happens because of you. Your experiences, what you choose to do, even your thoughts, they are constantly sculpting the physical landscape of your brain. Okay, so let's get into the details, because understanding how this works is what makes it so useful. I mean, how can a simple action or a thought physically change your brain's circuitry? Well, it pretty much all boils down to this one classic phrase. You can think of it as the golden rule of neuroplasticity. Every single time you practice a new skill or you remember something, you're lighting up a specific network of brain cells or neurons. And the more you light up that same network, the stronger and faster the connections between those neurons become. And you know, this whole process is really a two-way street. When you use a neural pathway over and over again, your brain makes it stronger. It's kind of like walking the same path through a forest every day. The more you use it, the wider and clearer that path becomes. Scientists call this long-term potentiation. But the opposite is also true. If you stop using a path, what happens? It gets overgrown and eventually disappears. That's the use it or lose it principle. And your brain does this to prune away connections it doesn't need anymore, which actually saves a lot of energy. And if you think that's amazing, it gets even cooler. We're not just talking about strengthening or weakening the connections you already have. Research has confirmed that our brains can actually grow entirely new brain cells all throughout our lives. It's a process called neurogenesis. And this happens especially in the parts of the brain that are tied to learning and memory. So you are, quite literally, always a work in progress. So that leads us to the big question, right? If we can actually influence this process, what are the best ways to do it? Well, all the research points to three fundamental pillars, simple habits that have a massive impact on your brain's ability to change. So let's get into these brain-boosting habits. Let's start with the first one, and it is a powerhouse, physical exercise. Seriously, just moving your body is one of the single most effective things you can do to boost your brain's capacity for change. And we're not just talking about feeling good. Different kinds of exercise actually do different things for your brain. Aerobic exercise, like running or swimming, is fantastic for helping your brain learn and recover. And what about resistance training, like lifting weights? Well, studies show it directly lights up the parts of your brain that are crucial for locking in new memories. Okay, next up is pillar number 2, what you eat. It probably doesn't come as a huge surprise that the fuel you put in your body is also the fuel you're giving your brain, and it directly influences how ready and able your brain is to change. So what does a brain-healthy diet look like? Well, a few patterns really stand out in the research. For example, the Mediterranean diet, which is full of vegetables, fish, and healthy fats, is consistently shown to support overall brain function. And other ways of eating, like the ketogenic diet, are even being studied for their potential to improve cognitive function in certain conditions. And that brings us to our final pillar. And honestly, it might be the most underrated one of all, sleep. It's so easy to think of sleep as just downtime, right? But for your brain, it's the total opposite. It's a super active, absolutely critical time for learning and rewiring. While you're asleep, your brain is working hard. It's busy consolidating memories, basically replaying the important parts of your day to strengthen those neural pathways and lock in what you've learned. At the same time, it's like a cleanup crew, clearing out all the junk that builds up during the day. So if you skimp on sleep, you're really robbing your brain of that essential maintenance time, which can mess with everything from your attention to your reaction time. Okay, so we've got these 3 huge pillars: exercise, diet, and sleep. And when you start to combine them, you're not just checking off boxes on a list, you're creating something much bigger. You're building what scientists call an enriched environment for your brain. This whole idea actually comes from decades of research, mostly with animals. Scientists found that when they put animals in these complex, stimulating environments, with new toys to explore, wheels to run on, and other animals to interact with, they saw these dramatic boosts in brain plasticity. It turns out that this specific combination of physical activity, mental challenges, and social connection is kind of the magic formula for a thriving brain.
And the great news is, we can take that powerful scientific model and turn it into a super simple action plan for our own lives. It's all about creating a lifestyle that supports a healthy brain. So, step 1, move your body. We already know how crucial that is. Step 2, challenge your mind. Keep learning new things, seek out new experiences. And finally, step 3, connect with others. This brings in that social piece from the lab studies. And it turns out that social interaction is one of the most complex and stimulating workouts you can possibly give your brain.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. Now that you know you are the architect of your own brain, that you can actively shape it every single day, what's the first step you're going to take? What is one small thing you can do today to start building a richer, healthier environment for your brain?